Ignorant niggas not a threat. They don't know anything. They just gonna complain. Let them complain.
I think we underestimate how many crack babies we shared the internet with, and also how the crack epidemic actually affected the black community. We're living in the results of an epidemic that spanned, I want to say, 20 years, that impacted almost 55% of the black community. When it comes to the crack epidemic, we think of it as just like, oh, just a bunch of people doing a drug, right? Yeah, the drug was bad. It created a bunch of homeless, a whole bunch of hobos. But really what the crack epidemic did was it created a bunch of fucking idiots. Now, I'm saying this with love because I'm talking about my people at the end of the day. I've had family members impacted by the crack epidemic. Trust me, I know this shit. So when we think about crack, we kind of have to shift our mindset from it being just a momentary thing that just impacted us in the moment, and really, really embrace and realize that it does affect us to this day. The people that's out here that don't really give a fuck about anything, that don't really want to know the truth, they know that there's truth out there, but they don't seek it. And if you bring it to them, they get upset. They don't want to know. They just want to be entertained. Those are probably products of the crack epidemic. This is not just an epidemic that impacted the people doing the crack. This was generational. And it wasn't just, oh, they didn't just kill our scholars, because that is what crack did. Crack literally killed so many potential scholars, so many potential activists, so much potential. It did exactly what the government intended for it to do. But it also took families, fathers, away from the home. It took mothers away from the home. It broke families apart. Not only did it break families apart, it created a lot of families. Crack enhances your libido. It makes you want to do a lot of sexual shit. Along with creating homes, breaking homes, killing the heads of homes. It also killed the heads of homes in a lot of different ways too, because crack is a mind-altering drug. So you want to do anything you can to make sure you get that money. This was a drug that flooded the hood, that flooded the areas that was broke as shit. So these people already didn't have enough money to even get this drug. So now they're killing each other to get this drug. Now they're killing their babies. They're killing so many different things, doing so much shit that is impacting us now. That's going to impact their community for generations down, just to get this drug. And when we think about the crack epidemic and how it impacted almost over half of our fucking population, we share this internet with these people, right? And what it did is, even though it took our scholars, it took our potential scholars, and sometimes it did. Like, some of our smartest fucking kids ended up on crack, and now they're just fucking dumb. What it did is it created some sort of like barrier, or like I don't know how to explain it. Like, it created just a disconnect between the black scholars that didn't become subjected to crack and the black scholars that did become subjected to crack, because it's like, well, you let this happen. Like, you knew, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, you have to think not just on a black and white scale. You have to also think about that gray in between. Like, you had this was a drug that was flooded in the hood, where people just already wanted to just escape. It was already a bunch of alcoholics. They was smoking weed. They was dabbling in LSD. They was doing all this stuff, right, just to fucking get an escape. And the next thing you know is, oh, they got a new high over there. What you think people gonna do? Now, I'm not saying they're like they didn't know no better or whatever. It is what the fuck it is. They knew better. They was grown. Some of them actually wasn't. Some of them just were literally children that was in the wrong fucking crowd with adults that also didn't know better, because they were not in their mind. Once they were on crack, once you do crack, you are not in your right mind. This is not me trying to fucking infantilized a fucking crackhead. No, this is just me kind of trying to explain that a lot of these people that we interact with, they come from generations of the effects of the crack epidemic, like real shit, and we don't think about it. And sometimes when I read stupid ass comments or I talk to people on here, I have to realize that they very well could be a product of that. So I try to give them a little bit more grace. I'm not saying nothing about Rayon's post. I really want y'all to go rewatch that video, because he was spitting. I shopped it at like the worst time possible, so it sounds like he's talking shit, but he's trying to tell y'all, do the fucking knowledge, okay? Do the fucking knowledge. But next time you talk to people, just try to level with them. And even if they're not a fucking product of the crack epidemic, level with them. There's something else going on. Don't give up on the black people that are just so lost, far gone, don't want to catch up. Don't give up on them, because even though we can't save everybody, try and save whoever you can. And with the knowledge that you have, try to understand at least.